Hello everybody and welcome back to more Rising Phoenix Racing League. Today we are at the Circuit of the Americas in the USA for round 2 of season 4.5. And yeah, let's get this started. Alright, so here we go. For round 2 of season 4.5. Okay. Alright, so let's see. So let's see what's like for qualifying. So we have here we have obviously dry. So let's see who's the first one out. Now I'm pretty sure the strategy is soft to medium here. So I would assume that no one's going on the hards, at least for their final attempt. So let's just see if people go on the soft or mediums and who is the first one out. Oh, it looks to be Cobalt, I believe. Yep, and Cobalt's the first one out. So let's ride with them. Ooh, and validation on the outlap for Cobalt, but obviously this lap doesn't really matter. It's our like about track limits or speed. It's just warming tires up and everything. So hopefully on the actual lap that doesn't get repeated. Following behind him is Shadow Britain in the Renault. Then we have I believe that is Sanka in third in the order. But yeah, like penalties are probably going to be pretty heavy and prevalent here. Obviously the first sector being very fast and twisty. Um, Penalties are to be expected. And here we go. Cobalt is beginning his first lap. Ooh, very nicely done through the first sector. Very nicely done in the second sector as well. A little bit wide there. Coming into the third sector hairpin. A little bit of oversteer, but catches it nicely. Coming through the long sweeping right-hander before the blind corner here. But nails it perfectly. And now just the final corner with the sun in your eyes. Coming around the final corner onto the curb. And it is a 133.007 to finish off the first his first lap, followed by Shadowbrin on the mediums with a 34.3, and then we have Sanka here with a 33.984 on the softs. So at the moment, a very good time by Cobalt. He can be quite happy with that for sure. Oh, and now Rai Rai with a 36.3 on the softs. Let's see. King obviously with a mistake in that lap, but he's going for another one now. So let's ride with him, or follow him rather. As we have Colin with a 35.8 on the mediums as well. And we have King with a purple second sector, although that might be a glitch. Probably is, as King is on the mediums here. So it's quite rare for the mediums to be faster than the softs. Ooh, someone has spun. I believe it's Edel on a flying lap. Very unfortunate for him. On the curbs, TKM King 16 crosses the line. It's going to be a 33.5 on the mediums, putting him P2. Let's see, Canada main. Here we go, up to the final corner. A little bit of lag, but it's going to be a 33.5 with a purple third sector, and that time is obviously on the softs. Let's see, Racing Macho. Oh, let's see. So let's ride with let's see. Is anyone on a lap? Cobalt's on an out lap. Yeah, let's go with Sticky Bomb because he hasn't set a lap yet and he's on an out lap. The number 69 Haas. Obviously, the Haas is wanting to do very well here, as it is their home track. And here we go, Sticky Bomb just preparing his lap here, getting his ERS and fuel mix up to the maximum settings. And off he goes. We have an incident. That is, that's Rai Rai spinning in the first sector. as Sticky Bomb is fastly approaching. It was a very, very, very smooth and nice first sector from the Haas driver. Ooh, a little bit wide there, but thankfully no invalidation. Yo, and Rai gets out of the way for Sticky Bomb. And this is looking to be a very good lap. So let's see what time he can manage. It's going to be a very good time. It's going to be a 32.7 on the softs. Very well done from the Haas driver. Very well done. And now we have Cobalt looking to beat that. But we also have Racing Maestro completing his lap, followed by Colin, who's on a lap as well, I believe. Oh, no, I think... actually, maybe. Yes, he is. Alright, so let's see. Racing Maestro goes P6 with a 34.0, and Colin goes P8, improving by 4/10 on his previous best, to go P8 with a 34.6. Next up is Cobalt here, who's 2/10 up, pushing very hard last corner, and it's a 32.859. So he is just under a tenth off of Sticky Bomb's pole time right now. That is definitely the time to beat. Alright, so at the moment, Swanee's the closest one to finishing, I think. Oh no, Shadowburn is. Shadowburn's 4/10 up, but is currently out of ERS. Or out of deployment at least, but he still goes P3 with a 33.495. Next up we have Swanee with a 36.5 on the mediums. And then Pyro would have set a 41.7, although that's probably not representative, I would definitely assume. Next up we have Edel. Oh no, next up we have a TCAM starting his lap. Then we have, let's see, Racing Maestro on an in-lap. Then we have Colin on an in-lap as well, I would definitely assume. Yep. As he hits the little post on the way in. Alright, so Edel here, coming up to the line. Ooh, as Pyro has retired from his session, and Edel goes pole position with a 32.3, a very, very, very quick time. So it's currently a Haas 1-2, so the perfect qualifying result for them at the moment. And yeah. Let's see, so Sanka starting his second lap here. This time on the mediums as opposed to the softs. As King is 7/10 up on his time in the second sector. So this should put him, if he can complete this lap without invalidation, ooh, that was close. He should be P3 or so, I would assume. But let's see where he ends up. He ends up P2. So 1.1 seconds quicker than his last time, and he is into the 32s, or the low 32s, with a 32.395. So very close to Edel's time, and he has split the Hasses in qualifying. Just under 6 minutes to go in the session, so one more run will be possible at this point. Sanka, unfortunately, getting a lot of oversteer there at the hairpin, and that's probably ruined his attempt. But let's see if he can finish it, or what he can do. Yeah, he's gonna end the lap and come into the pits. Let's see, Robo Geezer is on an out lap. King is on an in lap. Colin, Racing Show. Okay, yeah, let's go with Robo here, as he is the closest one to starting another lap. Oh no, he's not. Cobalt actually is. So yeah, let's stick with both Ferraris at this point, as Cobalt is definitely challenging for pole, and while we wait to see what Robo can do, because he hasn't set time yet. But yeah, Robo could be up there as well. So let's see. Both the Ferraris approaching the third sector. Alright, so Cobalt has started his lap, and Robo Geezer, ooh, really unfortunate, has invalidated his lap at the final corner, so he will have to do another outlap now in order to get a run in. As we have Sticky Bum here, who has invalidated his lap. He is just on the cusp of his previous best time. We have Colin starting his lap, Racing Master starting his lap. And we have Cobalt, who is a tenth and a half up in the first sector. Oh, yellow flags in sector 1. I believe that's Robo. As Cobalt passes Edel here, who's on an outlap. And Racing Maestro has an invalidated lap. As Cobalt is now 2 tenths up in the second sector. Just the final 2 corners now to go. And out of the final corner, and it's going to be, that is pole position. That is the 32.195, and that is provisional pole. And that is going to be very difficult to beat. But let's see if Edel can do it. Edel has been put off by a car coming out of the pits. I believe that is Sanka. Obviously not intentionally messing with them, but the effect unfortunately was done, and Edel's gonna have to do another outlap. But yeah, a very lovely lap from Cobalt, almost into the 31s. Very, very, very well done. Showerburn starting his lap as well. Who is Canada main is 6 seconds up in the second sector split. So let's see where he can end up here. This will be his final lap. And it is going to be P4. So a 32.7, 7 tenths up. And that is P4. And the track is now very busy with a bunch of cars. Let's see, who's on a lap here? That's oh, here, Colin's on a lap here. But he has some traffic in front of him in the form of Racing Maestro, who is on an invalid lap but isn't getting out of the way. Oh, never mind, Colin's not on a lap, he's on an in lap, I think. But yeah, Swanee doing another attempt. Obviously his final attempt here. Then we have Robo coming into the pits without a time being set. So very unfortunate for him. As now we have Edel on his proper lap here. Ooh, as TKM King sets a 32.0 to go pole. So currently King is on pole, and Edel has retired from the session, and Canada's not going to beat that because he's on an in lap. And Sticky Bomb has retired, so I believe that is TKM King 16 on pole position, with Cobalt joining him on the front row. Let's see. Shadow Britain has retired. Collins invalidated lap. Sanka invalid. Racing Maestro is on a lap, and Swanee is as well. So let's go with these two, and then once they finish their laps, it'll be done. And Swanee goes P10 with a 34.7. Was Racing Maestro has invalidated his time. As Colin comes to cross the line. And so is Racing Maestro. And now we are just waiting for Colin and Canada Main in the pits. So yeah, pretty good qualifying. TKM King on pole position, Cobalt in P2, Edel in P3. So let's see what will happen in the race. The gap just over a tenth at the end, from first to second. Let's see, 5 cars within a second. Then we have 4 other cars within the next. So yeah, pretty good. Yeah, then we unfortunately have Pyro who DNF'd, and Robo Geezer who did not set a time. But yeah, we'll see what they will bring in the race. They're pretty quick, so let's hope it's a good one today. Alright, so race time. Alright, so obviously the well, as the formation lap starts, something obviously to note is the first sector here. It's quite everyone's quite prone. Well, I mean, it's quite easy to get penalties in the first sector, of course. So, yeah, that will definitely come into play during the race day, most likely. In terms of like finishing time and the finishing order, it's very unlikely that it'll finish the way the cars cross the line. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, alright, so Rai Rai is the only one on the mediums to start. Everyone else is on the softs. Positions 11, 12, and 13 are on new tires, while 10 and up are on the tires they qualified on. So a slight advantage to the bottom three right now. Everyone preparing their tires and brakes. And alright. Alright. Now, it is quite unfortunate that there's only 13 drivers here today, but it's the racing that matters, not necessarily the amount of people partaking in it, or participating in the race. It's what actually happens during it. So, here we go. The grid is formed, and here we go. Clear tracks, or a clear track for King and Cobalt, as we have 5 red lights at Coda, and it's lights out, and away we go. Swanee gets a drive through a penalty for a jump start. King crosses over Cobalt. Canada crosses over Shuttle Britain. Everyone storms into turn 1. The two racing points come together. Oh, and someone's gone off there. Oh, it's Cobalt. Oh, Cobalt's gone off, and he's spun. And Cobalt is now, unfortunately, last. And we have yellow flags. Ooh, someone else has spun. That's Rai Rai. Ooh, in Canada, is down a lot of positions as well. Yellow flag in sector 2. Robo Geezer is having some connection issues, it appears. But out in front, King is pulling away from Sticky Bomb, who's pulling away from Colin. And Robo Geezer has disconnected from the session, as Rai Rai has had another incident at the back there. Ooh, Racing Point versus Renault. Ooh, that's Pyro off into the wall. And that's Canada just barely avoiding him. But Pyro has a lot of damage now. And the two McLarens have had the worst possible start as Edel comes into the pits. As Pyro has a penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. Cobalt getting close to Canada there, and Swanee getting close to Sanka. As Edel has passed Rai Rai. Alright, attempting the cutback. When someone's hit into the barrier, I think it's Canada. I see pits. As well as a Swanee. Rara has a penalty. Now the battle for P3 here between Colin, Shadow, and Racing Maestro. Ooh, Racing Maestro cuts the corner. When I believe Pyro has spun at the final corner, it's been a very bad day for the McLarens so far. Ooh, and it's almost 3 wide here. Or, well, for a moment it almost was. But into the third sector, Colin and Maestro. Very good stuff, a cutback. Many cutbacks. And Racing Maestro is in front of Colin. Just behind Shadowbrand. As Edel starts the fastest lap. And here we go, Maestro on Shadowbrand. Into the hairpin. Here we go with DRS. Lewis Canada gets past Rarai for P11. And do 2 Renaults side by side into turn 1. So here we go, Shadowburn closing in on Maestro and Colin closing in on both of them. Into the hairpin, Shadowburn is there. Oh, and now Colin is making the most of the opportunity. Now Swanee's really close to Edel. Or Edel past Swanee, I'm actually not sure. I can't tell. As King pits from the lead. And is going on to the mediums. Oh, and my bad. I actually think it's probably medium hard here. not soft medium, going by the fact that king pit after only 5 laps. I think the softs don't go too far here. Pyro has had a spin in the third sector. And Rai is onto the hards. As Colin is pitting. And now we have King versus Cobalt here for P6. King getting past. As Cobalt has gone wide and has spun. Oh, no he hasn't. Ooh, he's caught it. But he's lost a lot of time in the process. And he lets his teammate through before rejoining the track. Yeah, that was quite a scary moment. Ooh, Sanka versus King for P4. King with DRS should get past easily. And there we go. Now Colin on Swanee. Who is Racing Maestro pits? And so does Cobalt. Maestro onto new softs, and Cobalt going on to mediums. A Shadow has a penalty as Racing Maestro's coming out of the pits. Swanee is going to be there. It's going to be 3 wide into the first corner. Colin goes really deep, trying to avoid the 2. Now Edel versus Robo. Those softs are definitely wearing out hard, so the mediums are going to have a big advantage now. Here we go into the hairpin. Edel is going to have the DRS as well, and he's already passed. But with the DRS, he's going to be clear. Alright, so now Colin versus Swanee for round 2. Colin looks for it, but doesn't dive it. Probably the smart option not to do that. Oh, and here we go. Sanka versus Sticky coming out of the pits. And Sticky Bomb is passed. Sanka, who's on 8 lap old softs now and is still going. Just like Robo. And Swanee. Here we go. And now Colin is battling with Swanee here into the S's. Colin backs off of it. Ooh, but Swanee goes deep. And now Colin is through. Now Shadow Britain is on fresh mediums here. So this shouldn't be too hard of an overtake for him. Oh, a little tap there. But with DRS it should be pretty easy. Oh, but Swanee has DRS too. But there we go. Oh, maybe not. Swanee's fighting back. Ooh, they touch twice. But Swanee has to eventually concede to Shadow. It was Pyro spun at the final corner. Ooh. Just misses the wall there. Sanka is coming into the pits. And I would assume Robo is as well. No, he's not. He's staying out. So yeah, Robo is staying out. I wonder what their tire wear is. Yeah, Sanka comes in. Let's see what Swanee does. Swanee's coming in as well. So yeah, I would assume around 8 laps is about the, or 7 laps is about the recommended amount of time to spend on the softs. Ooh, as Robo spins in the middle of the track as other cars are coming. Ooh, that was close. Even with the ghosting, still a little bit scary. Wheels Canada gets past Robo as well. Oh, and Ride. No, that's Pyro who's spun in the second sector, and his tires are absolutely destroyed. And he's hit the wall. Oh no. Ooh, Pyro is having a really bad time out there. As we have Shadowbridge versus Colin and Cobalt versus Sanka. Here we go, Cobalt going on Sanka here. Sanka concedes it. So yeah, Cobalt gets that position for P9. When Pyro has gone very deep. I think he's hit it into the wall there or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's been a absolute nightmare lap for Pyro. It's been a very bad race for him. Got unlucky off the start, and then the rest just happened. So I feel very bad for both the McLarens right now. They're both way off, unfortunately. As we go, Shadowbrain passes Colin for P5. As Robo pits and Canada pits as well. Ooh, Shadow goes a little bit deep there. Gonna expose him to Colin. Ooh, Stank has a penalty. As Pyro has retired from the session on the track, so there's a VSC now. So let's see how long this VSC will last. But yeah, currently King leading by around 5.5 seconds to Sticky Bomb. Then another 3.3 seconds back to Edel. The latter two being Haas drivers. So obviously exactly what the US crowd would have wanted. 2 US drivers on the podium. It was a three-way battle back here. Canada, Swanee, and Robo all on pretty much fresh tires. Or, oh yeah, all on fresh tires. Only one lap old at the most. As they begin lap 12 of 28. Here we go. Robo very close to very close to the back of Swanee. US Canada gets passed by Swanee, and now they're side by side, Robo Geezer and Canada, but Robo has to let off there. As Rara has a penalty. Oh, yellow flag, sector 2 or sector 3. Well, it's all good now. Oh, Swanee defending from Canada here. As Cobalt is getting very close to Colin as well, up in P6. So let's see what's going on here. Cobalt gonna get the DRS on Colin. And Cobalt is safely passed. It was back here. The battle rages on. Oh, contact, big contact. Plus a bollard hit there, on my screen at least. And I don't know, I would say that's definitely Canada's fault. But obviously I'm not a steward, so just a commentator. But here we go, Robo on Canada now. Into the hairpin, or the second hairpin. Canada gets the cutback, or gets the switchback. And there we go. That's a Cobalt now past Colin. As we saw last time on the straight, and Cobalt is now pulling away. So currently a second gap already. But let's see how that develops. As Robo is coming back at Canada. When Robo has left the session, probably a disconnection. So now it is Swanee versus Canada for P9. As Robo unfortunately will fall back. So currently some big gaps at the front. King looking pretty good at the moment, halfway through this race. as Cobalt is now chasing down Shadow Britain for P5, climbing back up to positions that he lost after the lap 1 spin. Oh, and Robo has joined back, thankfully. However, he's now 8 seconds down. Oh, and he's disconnected again. But Cobalt is very close to Shadow Britain now. And the 2 racing points just behind are pretty close as well. Here we go, Cobalt on Shadow Britain. Will he dive it? He will. He'll make it a good attempt. They're side by side. Going in through turn 1 into turn 2. Shadow Britain still in front. Cobalt has to eventually back off and gets a penalty for a very small cut there. I think that will be removed, definitely. But yeah, Asanka gets a penalty as well. Lots and lots and lots of penalties today. Maestro gets a penalty as well. When Cobalt and Shadow Britain touch. And here we go, Cobalt versus Shadow Britain for P4. And Cobalt is passed. Now let's see what Colin and Sanka are doing. Under a second between them. Wait, now Edel has come out of the pits, I believe. Yep, on fresh mediums, just in front of Cobalt and Shadow Britain. So now Cobalt is looking at a podium position here. Unfortunately, Edel is too quick on those new mediums, at least at the moment. Cobalt's gonna have to wait until the straight to do anything about it. And so is Shadow. Maestro with another penalty. And yeah, it appears Edel is going to pull away now. But here we have, we still have 2 battles going on. Shadow Britain and Cobalt, and Colin and Sanka. Now I'm wondering, will the mediums be able to go to the end for King, for Sticky Bomb, for Cobalt, Shadow, and for Colin? I'm not quite sure if they will be able to. Uh, we're gonna obviously have to wait and see. But if some cars opt to make a pit stop and others don't, then this could really spice things up at the end for these last 10 laps here. Ooh, very close. Sanka coming to Colin. It's Shatterbrain pits 4 softs to go to the end. And King does as well. So let's see, 11 lap old mediums versus fresh softs. Let's see how fast, or if King can close in on Sticky Bomb. And Edel currently has a 5-second gap to Cobalt, so Edel's looking pretty promised for a podium position at the moment. Now Racing Maestro pretty close to Sanka. So it's going to become a 3-way battle again. Maestro obviously on the best tires here, 5 laps old. So he can definitely go to the end. If the other two will be able to, that is the question. Here we go. Sanka getting very close to Colin now. Attempting a move, but unfortunately too far back. Ooh, Racing Maestro hits Sanka. Ooh, a little bit too late on the brakes there, as King is rapidly closing out on Sticky Bomb. But will it be enough? Let's see. Racing Maestro with a penalty. Was Racing Maestro just hit right into the wall there and out of the race? I have no idea what happened there. But now there's a full safety car. A full safety car. As Maestro seemingly out of nowhere just smacked right into the wall and DNF'd himself from the race. So Sticky Bomb is going to pit as a result of this. Going on to the softs. King is I think is probably going to stay out, I would assume. Let's see. Yep, staying out. Let's see what Edel does. This has just spiced everything up here. I'm not sure what happened there with Racing Maestro though. He just turned right, left into the wall, and then right back into the other wall. I don't know if that was intentional or if that was like a controller glitch or something. But yeah, very unfortunate for him. So King's staying out, Sticky Bomb's pitting, Edel's pitting, Cobalt is pitting, Colin's pitting, Sanka is pitting, Shadow will stay out. I assume Canada and Swanee will pit as well. But wow. Oh, and Swanee is staying out. So yeah, Swanee going to pick up a position, I believe. Or might on Sanka here. Oh, nah, not close enough, I don't think. I think Sanka's got this. But yeah, so yeah, now Swanee's in a tough position, I would definitely say. And yeah, let's see. Let's see what will happen, because now King kind of got screwed by this, because he is now on older tires, 3-lap older tires than Sticky Bomb. Despite being right next to each other, and with 5 laps to go, 8-lap old softs aren't going to be easy to control versus 5-lap old softs. So let's see what happens now. Azrara is letting everyone go through. Alright, so we'll have one more lap of this, and then we'll get back to racing. And it's going to be very intense, I would definitely say, for these last 5 laps or so. Or 5 laps now, yeah. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah. Race was getting quite boring. Well, like the gaps were increasing, and there wasn't many moves. So this is Obviously, a safety car period like this to spice things up is obviously welcomed, but not at the expense of someone DNFing, which is what we've had 2 of so far today. Pyro, after having just a very poor race in general and being way down the order, and Racing Maestro, after seemingly a controller glitch, I would assume, took him out of the race all of a sudden, right where we're passing now. Just slammed left into the wall and then ricocheted off into the right barrier over there. So, very strange. Very strange. Alright, so this is just brought back a lot of people back into the race. Cobalt wasn't looking too likely for a podium after Edel was pulling away, but now they are on equal tires and right next to each other. So yeah, very interesting. I think safety car might come in this lap or maybe one more lap. If it's one more lap, then we'll have 4 racing laps to go, or 3 racing laps to go. Yep, 3 racing laps at the end. It's gonna be as we're waiting for Robo's AI to catch up, which I believe it will. Alright, not much to say at this point, but yeah. Let's see if Swanee and Robo and Canada can make it to the end on their tire sets, respectively. They'll be very worn. The softs will definitely get to the end, but I'm not sure what is going to happen here. Alright, so safety car should be in this lap as everyone has queued up. And yep, there's the confirmation. So here we go. Ooh, as Canada gets a penalty for a collision with Shadow Britain. Not sure if Canada has or Shadow Britain has damage because of that. I don't think so. Just a small tap, I would assume. But here we go. So King is now going to control the pace until the start-finish line. And then we'll have 3 laps of racing left. Let's hope for some good, clean, fun overtakes and battles here. Alright, so it's all on King now. Whenever he wants to go, he can go. And the race will resume. Out of the final corner he comes. And full throttle. Here we go. Everyone is back up at 100% ERS as well now. And here we go. Into turn 1 we go. King has a really big gap already. Well, I mean, a sizable gap. Relative to everyone else, at least. Ooh, Canada and Shadowbrand side by side. Ooh, Canada's holding in. Canada goes around the outside, but has to cut the corner. A lot of penalties as well. Ooh. So the only lap that there will be DRS for will be the last lap. So if cars can pull out a gap before then they should be safe. As Edel's getting, or as Sticky Bomb's getting passed by Edel here. But the two Hasses definitely want to bring both cars home. Ooh, that was very close between the two. Cobalt waiting in the wings, just watching this, eating some popcorn. As we go, Shadowburn, Colin, and Sanka very close with Swanee and Robo. Well, Swanee quite close behind, but Robo's AI, unfortunately, falling back. King leads the first lap of the restart with a 1.2 second advantage already, and sets the fastest lap, but is quickly beaten by Edel. So there's 2 laps to go now. Very lovely camera shot, actually, I would say. That is. On board with Cobalt, looking for that podium position. Ooh, almost taps Sticky Bomb in the back. As here we go, both of the racing points side by side through turns 1 and 2. But Sanka gets past Colin. Ooh, penalty for Swanee as he cuts the curb a little bit. Oh, and here we go. Now Edel versus TKM King. Both of them on 4 ERS. Probably Rich Mix as well. But Edel with the slipstream. Here we go. King is defending. And stays ahead of Edel for lap 27. Oh, but Edel's really pressuring King here in the 3rd sector. Let's see. Maybe into turn 1 he'll have a run. If not, he'll definitely have it on the final lap down the back straight in sector 2. Yeah, sector 2 is definitely where he's going to want to do it. Ooh, as Edel gets a penalty for cutting the corner. That could decide the race here, even if he does get past King. Oh, and DRS is enabled. So we're going to have 1 DRS straight. And then the race will be done. It was back here. We have Shadowburn, Canada, Sanka, and Colin still very close, with Swanee right back there, or right there as well. King defending, defending from Edel here. Ooh, King goes a little bit wide. Edel very close. Ooh, they touch. They tap. Less than 2/10 between them now. King is weaving a little bit. It's a little bit of a no-no there. But here we go now. DRS. Edel with the DRS. King is going to have to go defensive. But Edel has way too much speed for him to handle right now. Plus, he's almost out of ERS. Edel still has a little bit left. King is going to try to fight it back around the outside. Has to go wide. Tries to go around the outside again. Ooh, they're very close to each other. Ooh, brilliant battle as seen from Sticky Bomb's point of view. Edel locks up, gets the cutback on King. This is an incredible battle here on the last lap of the race. They're side by side through the long right-hander. Sanka gets a penalty. Side by side into the second last corner. They touch. They both go wide. King a little bit more wide. They're side by side into the final corner. King has to go wide again. They're side by side up to the line, and it's King who wins on penalties. Although Edel crossed the line first, it is Sticky. So it's King P1, Edel P2, Sticky Bomb P3, Colin P4, Cobalt P5, Shadowburn P6, Swanee P7, Canada P8, Sanka P9, Robo will be P10, and Rai will be P11. King is your winner here today, with Racing Maestro and Pyro unfortunately not finishing the race. Pyro with a lot of spins at the start, hot tires, really unfortunate events. and Racing Maestro with a glitch, it would appear. But yeah, what a race that was. Especially at the end there, that safety car was secretly what I was kind of praying for, because the race was getting a little bit stale in the teen laps, uh, like 13 to 20 or so in the mid part of the race. But yeah, that safety car really brought everything back into play for a lot of drivers, and gave us a very exciting finish. So yeah. Even though we only had 11 drivers at the finish and 13 starting, it was still a pretty good race, especially the end. That was the most intense end I've ever seen to any Rising Phoenix race in my time. So yeah, your final results are as follows. King P1 with no penalties as well. Edel P2, Sticky Bomb P3, Colin P4 with no penalties. Cobalt P5, Shadowburn P6, Swanee P7, Canada Main P8, Robo Geezer P9 with no pens, Sanka P10, Rai Rai P11, and then Racing Maestro and Pyro being DNFs in P12 and 13 respectively. Alright, so thank you for watching and listening, everybody. That has been round 2 of Season 4.5 of Rising Phoenix Racing League. Specifically F2, the F2 division. If you want to watch the F1 division, it is on YouTube now. It finished just about 10 minutes ago, or 15 minutes ago, I would say. Yeah, the full video will be there on YouTube on the Rising Phoenix Racing League channel. So the same one that I'm streaming from right now. And yeah, so yeah, thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you next Friday. So yeah, have a good day / night, and we'll see you soon.